the tops of the bottles could be a bit tricky.
I've used this type before.
I'll make sure to check them.
I just hope I didn't forget anything.
I have everything I need.
Okay, well... Any problems, call me at any time.
Bracken will be just fine, don't worry.
Oh, I'm not worried. Is that Bracken crying? Where is she?
She's in the living room. I'd better go check on her.
Right, bye then. Call me if there's anything wrong, though.
I will.
Bye now.
I heard Bracken crying.
She probably just needs a nappy changed or something.
Just, I hope she'll settle for someone she doesn't know.
She's in good hands, and it's only for today.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's meet for lunch.
Yeah, I suppose we could.
It would be good for us to spend some time on our own.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I will meet you in the Icon Bar at 2:15.
Try not to worry. What's up?
I had a letter from the Primary Care Trust yesterday.
It's not another scheme, is it?
How do you mean?
The Leatherridge PCT spend all their time and all their money dreaming up new schemes instead of doing important work. I mean, that body MOT was a fiasco, a complete waste of time.
Well, you know, if it hadn't been for that body MOT fiasco, I would never have discovered that I had a problem with my HDL cholesterol levels, would I? At least I can treat it now.
Yeah, absolutely true. So, is there a new scheme?
Well, it's not exactly a new scheme, no. Do you remember last year when you went on that mentoring course?
Really enjoyed it.
Well, that's a good thing, because they've got someone they want you to mentor.
Now,
Yeah, I think they've got someone in mind.
it's not the best time.
Well, it's never going to be a good time, is it, Mike? I mean, you're always going to be busy.
Yeah, that's true, but...
But listen, just have a look at the letter, OK?
I'm not promising anything.
Mr. Dempsey.
There was no one on reception, so I just...
I see. Is it the usual problem?
Yes, but my neighbour's really crossed the line this time.
All right, well, I'm only working part-time at the moment, and I really am very busy today, so perhaps...
It won't take long. I'll just stay here until you get a minute.
Okay, look, why didn't you come in?
We have to get him to stop, once and for all.
I meant to say earlier that Bracken's got a habit of taking a mid-morning bottle too fast, and then she ends up spitting up the whole thing.
I'll break up the feed.
Give her a chance to get down the first part.
That's the trick I use. How is she?
She's gone back to sleep.
Good, because she was up half the night. Listen, I'm going to have to go. Call me any time, though.
OK, then. Bye.
Come in.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
Look a bit tired.
Oh, Bracken had a bad night.
Oh, I remember those nights. Trying to work the next day was like walking through treacle.
I'm perfectly capable of doing my job, Julia.
Yes, I know you are, George.
I don't know if I understand this party wall award that you made me sign.
Mr. Dempsey, I didn't make you sign a party wall award. We negotiated the terms by which your neighbour could undertake work on the party walls.
Did that include him tearing down the wall between our properties?
No, but it did include work on that wall so that he could deal with their subsidence problem.
Well, he was tearing down the wall this morning.
Well, maybe the subsidence extended to that area. Have you asked him if maybe he's planning on replacing like for like?
Did I ask him? I can't speak to that man. He's been nothing but trouble since the day he moved in. I don't know if I can take much more of this.
Well, we can send him a letter to cease work until we investigate if the party wall award has been breached. But to be honest, that will just drag out the length of time of the work.
Can't we just get him to stop altogether?
No, he has a right to renovate his property. As I've said, we can issue a letter.
Well, if that's the best you can do, then I suppose that will have to do.
Okay, well, we'll draft that letter and I'll make sure it gets in the post today.
Okay, then. I don't think I can take much more of this.
Well, we're doing everything we can. Don't worry, we'll get it sorted.
Permission to come aboard. George, you all right?
Morning surgery was dreadful, that's all. I suppose Julia sent you.
Do you want to talk about it?
We had to get a nanny for Bracken today. Ronnie was supposed to look after her, but he got called into work on an urgent case.
And weren't you happy with the nanny?
Oh, she was fine. We were lucky she was available.
Well, then it all worked out, didn't it?
Yeah. Except our wonderful plan to both work part-time and look after Bracken between us has failed already.
George, it's only one day.
I know. But what's to stop it happening again and then Roberta becomes a regular feature?
Well, you're not going to let that happen, and neither is Ronnie.
You know, I never intended to give up work completely, but I feel like I should be at home with Bracken.
Listen, of course you're going to miss her, but it's not worth leaving your job for.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just need to get through today, that's all.
Look, why don't you go and see her right now?
Oh, I can't. I said I'd meet Ronnie for lunch.
Well, I'll meet Ronnie for lunch. You go on, go and see her.
Do you know, I think I will. Thanks, Greg.
Don't. You can't do that! Hey! 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 Get off! Stop it! Stop! Call the police! Call the police! Shut up! Get him off me!
You going for lunch?
Yeah.
Well, you're more than welcome to join me. I was going to grab a quick sandwich, but we can make a meal out of it if you like.
Well, the thing is...
And they've got that great new Mexican just opened. Is that a skirt or a scarf? Who's she waving at? Oh, why am I not surprised?
I will grow up one day, just, not today.
Yeah, I won't hold my breath. Sandwiches it is, then.
Where's George?
She went home. She wants to see Bracken.
Is everything all right?
Fine. Yeah. She just missed her, that's all.
I'll give her a call later.
So, how are things between you and George?
I think it'll take a bit of time to get back to where we were, but it's definitely getting better.
That's good to hear.
So, you got no idea why he attacked you?
No. Well, I know he's not happy about the building work. He sends solicitors at us all the time, but I never even spoken to him.
I see.
He should be locked up.
Well, we'll look after him from here. You better get to the hospital. Get someone to look at that gash.
Ah, well.
We'll be in touch. You've got the wrong man!
Sounds like DIY rage.
Oh, the man's obsessed. He's got records of every movement the neighbour makes.
So what does he want you to do?
I've already served the neighbour with enough legal letters for him to paper his walls. I advised him to just hold his tongue, let the bloke get on with the work and finish it.
And what did he say?
He just gets all agitated, refuses to consider it.
Well, you know, if he's that on edge, maybe he's got other problems.
No, he's just one of these people who's always worked up about something.
Hey! How's the big romance going?
It's not.
Oh, bad as that, is it?
Worse.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Oh, Sarah, do you know where Jimmy is?
Just saw him leaving for lunch.
I wanted to talk to him about last week's referrals. Do you know when he'll be back?
Nope.
No, but it doesn't make that much difference. Excuse me.
Hello? Yeah.
Okay, I'm on my way. Yep. Police station. Duty calls, I'm afraid.
Oh, I wouldn't advise going in the staff room if I were you.
Why not?
I've seen happy faces in a dentist's waiting room.
They probably fit right in.
George, nothing's happened, has it?
No, nothing at all. I'm just being silly. I'll be fine.
What's wrong with everybody today?
Well, it looks like a sprain. I can bandage it for you.
It was worth it. I showed that Dennis he can't mess with me. He pushed me too far this time. The noise, the drills, the people coming and going, I could just about take. Then he started destroying my property.
It can be really annoying when your neighbours make too much noise.
I'm glad someone finally sees it from my point of view. Everyone here is taking his side.
I don't think I'd resorted to a punch-up, though. I'm sure your neighbour didn't mean to annoy you.
How do you know Dennis?
I don't.
Then how can you say he didn't mean to annoy me if you don't even know him?
Well, I just assumed. Could be wrong, though.
Of course. Of course, it makes sense.
What makes sense?
You can't fool me.
I'm not trying to fool you.
You're all in it together. You're all in it together. Where are you taking me? Let go of me! They're in it together! Don't let them get you too! They're in it together!
What happened?
He seems to think there's some sort of conspiracy going on.
That's the clown I was telling you about at lunch.
I thought it might be.
Well, what happened? Did he get violent?
Yeah. He attacked his neighbour, Dennis Alberts, apparently unprovoked. Mr. Alberts needed medical attention in hospital.
Well, I knew he was agitated, but I honestly never thought he'd attack someone.
Well, you'd be surprised at how often we get called out to neighbourly disputes.
I think this is more than just a neighbourly dispute.
What do you mean?
I think he's showing signs of mental illness.
Do you think it's that serious?
I'd like to see him again before I make a report.
Do you think you can persuade him to speak to Dr. Robinson again?
Yeah.
What have I done to deserve that?
Thought you could do with a break.
Only just got back from lunch.
Hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Anyway, give you a chance to look at that letter.
Ah, I've already looked at it.
Oh, right. What did you think?
Well, I wish I did have time to commit to it, but I don't.
You know, I was surprised at you, Mac. Didn't you always say that new GPs could do with extra training?
Yeah, well, they could. Medical school's all well and good, but the only way to learn a job is on the job. And if I had the time, I would love to do it, but...
It won't take much time, will it? Come on, Mac, look what you've achieved already. Greg, Ben, Helen, and Jimmy's come on leaps and bounds anyway.
Oh, I don't think I can take any responsibility for Jimmy.
Hey, he's come a long way, thanks to you.
Has he?
Absolutely.
Hi, Roberta, it's George. Listen, I'm sorry, but this arrangement isn't working out for me.
I've already told you, he has been doing building work night and day, and then today, after tearing down the wall between our properties, he dumped a bag of cement in my garden.
I can see that aggravating anyone.
I haven't been getting any sleep thanks to the constant banging on the walls.
I did have to get a noise abatement notice served.
Has your neighbour done anything else to annoy you?
Is he here now?
Who?
Dennis. Is he watching? Through the wall over there.
Nobody's watching you.
You think I believe you? Do you think I'm stupid?
No, I don't think you're stupid.
Well, you can tell Dennis that I know he's been trying to poison me.
How has he been trying to poison you?
He thought he was smarter than me. Well, I know what he's been up to. First, he tried to put a gas pipe into my wall. He even wrote about it in a letter.
No, Johnny, that was the party wall award. He was putting pipes in the wall for gas central heating.
That was his cover. Well, I was too smart for him. I stayed up all night, so he didn't get a chance to turn the gas on. I would have heard it. And then he brought in painters who used poisonous paints. But as soon as I smelt the fumes, I covered my mouth with a damp cloth. Saved my life. That's why he threw the cement into my yard today. He knew that it would clog up my lungs and kill me. I couldn't let him do that.
Why would Dennis want to kill you?
Because he found out that I'm a messenger for the gods. I didn't want to hurt him, but he could have stopped me from doing their work.
How do you know that you're a messenger for the gods?
The gods send me messages every day.
How? How do they send you messages?
Sometimes they're in the clouds or in my food. I always have to be on the lookout. Could happen any time. This one time, I was watching a football game and all the people started chanting their message.
What was the message?
I can't tell you. You're not going to catch me out like that.
I see. I understand. Johnny, thank you for speaking with me. Would you like to go with the officer now?
Where's he going to take me?
Well, this is going to take a little while to sort out, so he'll put you in a holding cell.
Okay. It's safer than going home.
Interview suspended at 16:10.
I had no idea he was suffering from delusions.
Well, he's been able to function until now.
So what's going to happen from here on?
He'll need to be fully assessed by a psychiatrist, but he is showing signs of a psychotic illness like schizophrenia. I'll arrange for him to see a consultant and a social worker.
So will he be sectioned?
Depends what the psychiatrist thinks, but I don't think he'd agree to treatment. He has no insight into his problems, and he trusts the delusions more than he trusts us. Does he have any family?
He gave me his sister's name and number. We've been trying to contact her.
What about the neighbour? Does he want to press charges?
He attacked him. He wants to see Johnny punished.
You all right?
I would have thought I'd be able to spot mental illness by now.
Maybe you didn't want to.
How do you mean?
Or just that maybe you wanted to avoid the fact that Johnny was suffering psychosis.
No, I just didn't spot the signs, that's all. But now I do feel like I've let him down somehow.
He'll be well looked after. Listen, I've got to run to fill the assessment.
Let me know how it goes, will you?
Yeah.
Rosie, Rosie, don't you stop. Let your hooves go clippity-clop. The tail goes swish and the wheels go round. Giddy up, we're homeward bound.
Oh, hello. You must be Roberta. I'm Greg.
Hello.
How is little Bracken?
Great. She's a lovely baby. I can see why her mother misses her so much.
Is that why you're here? I thought George went home at lunchtime.
Well, she did, but she still wanted me to bring Bracken in.
Doesn't she have surgery?
She's going to pop out between patients. I'm used to tears at the front door, but I have to say this is the first time I spent the afternoon in a staff room.
I've just met Roberta and Bracken.
Oh, I know. You don't have to say anything.
Oh, good. That makes what I was going to say a lot easier.
I couldn't help myself. I came back after lunch and I felt even worse.
So if the mountain won't go to Mohammed, he sends for it and leaves it in the staff room?
Very funny. Oh, I didn't know what else to do. I can't very well have her in here while I'm examining patients, can I?
No, that would be ludicrous.
And what do you suggest?
I suggest that you do whatever makes you feel happy.
I don't know what makes me feel happy anymore.
You have been through an awful lot.
You know, when I had Bracken, I thought you had a baby and there was this instant, wonderful bond. But that didn't happen. And I could barely even hold her.
And you came through that. Look at the way you reacted when she was ill. I don't know any other mother who could have done a better job.
Yeah, but what about all the time before, you know, the weeks that passed that I missed out on completely? I'll never get those back.
I think you're being way too hard on yourself.
I came here today and I felt guilty. I went home to Brecon and then felt guilty for not being here.
Do you want to know what I think? I think you need to spend more time at home with your baby.
I've only just come back.
And how is that working out for you? George, you know that wanting to spend time with your baby isn't a sign of weakness.
Yeah, I know.
Then give yourself a break.
That looks sore.
I'll live.
I'm Ronnie Woodson, Johnny Dempsey's solicitor.
Yeah, I've got a collection of letters with your signature on them. You started hand delivering them?
No, I just wanted to talk to you about what happened today.
Taking a risk? I don't think you're allowed to approach me.
Well, I'm not really, but I felt you needed to know what's going on.
I'm not dropping the charges if that's what you think.
I'm only asking a few minutes of your time.
You're wasting your time.
Have you noticed Johnny's behaviour becoming more erratic?
He's a nutter.
He's suffering from delusions.
Like I said.
He's being assessed because he seems to be showing signs of a psychotic illness. He really believed you were trying to harm him. That's why he attacked you.
That's all the more reason why he should be locked up.
Look, can you take just a moment and try and see it from his side? Because of the delusions, Johnny's created this whole world in which you're trying to harm him. It doesn't matter what you did, he's interpreted it as sinister.
So that's why he attacked me?
Yeah, he thought you were trying to poison him with the cement.
Look, he's mental. You can't have people like that walking the streets.
Well, he won't be walking the streets. He's having a mental health assessment. And then when he's been properly diagnosed and treated, he'll receive the proper ongoing care that he needs.
Look, you know, I don't really care. All I want to do is get this place fixed up without somebody looking over my shoulder. All I want is a peaceful life.
Well, don't you think Johnny deserves the same chance?
Hey, don't turn this round on me. I didn't attack him.
Yeah, but you're not suffering mental illness either. Johnny's having a really difficult time at the moment. I know that. I've seen it myself in my own family.
You know, I don't know how I got mixed up in this.
Look, I'm not denying you've been unfortunate. But you've got a chance to put this behind you now and move forward.
What, by dropping the charges?
Yeah, and by getting on with your own life and letting Johnny get on with his.
Fine.
You'll drop the charges?
Yeah, as long as he gets the care he needs.
I'll make sure of it. Thank you. You'll need to let the police know.
Yeah.
I'll see you. Jimmy, you've got a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Well, come in. Close the door behind you. Sit down. Don't look so worried. I just want to touch base. See how you're settling in.
Fine, just fine, yeah.
Good. How are you coping with the workload?
Fine.
And you don't feel that you might need more time to devote to your patients?
Why, has a patient complained?
No. Well, as far as I know. It's just that when I started, I sometimes did need extra time to diagnose and things.
Well, when I need more time, I take it.
Any problems with any particular patient?
Not that I can think of.
You do know that if you've got any problems, my door's always open. And not just professional problems, I mean, personal ones too.
Well, I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Excellent. I mean, that's what being a team means, isn't it? We are here for each other. You know, any problems, we can sort it out together.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. Right, well, I've really enjoyed this chat. I won't keep you, Jimmy.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Hey, how did the mental health assessment go?
The psychiatrist thinks that it is schizophrenia, but he'll be able to confirm it once Johnny's been fully assessed over the next few days.
So will he be sectioned?
Looks likely, yeah. Thing is, he just doesn't think there's anything wrong with him. His sister went to see him, and he told her that the police were working with Dennis against him.
Well, I've talked to Dennis and he's agreed to drop the charges.
I didn't think you were allowed to do that.
Well, there were mitigating circumstances.
You sure this isn't just some kind of personal redemption? You getting Dennis to drop the charges because of Val and Uncle Bert?
No, it just seemed like the right thing to do. Hey, she all right?
She's fine. In fact, she's wonderful.
Or did Roberta let us down or something?
No, Roberta was great. It's me that's the problem.
Oh?
I'm just not ready to leave her.
All right.
So I'm going to take a few weeks off, spend some proper time with her. How was your day?
Fine. Well, come on then, let's go home.
The healing benefits of herbs. Ancient remedies are put to the test in Alternative Medicine, tonight at 9 over on BBC2. Next here on BBC1, Jessica is called to account in a change to the Build episode of Murder, She Wrote.